Greetings everyone, my name is Undervale, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this weekly live stream, as usual, I'll be covering a series of both Veersmith levels and online levels I find, primarily focusing on the former for the next 2 hours or so. Then I'll showcase some art posted on the Discord server. Thanks for joining me this week. And as for the schedule this weekend, it was already posted in the Discord server, so I'll reiterate it here. Tonight, I'll be covering the level pack Mega Man Unknown 13 by Dave the Loser, and tomorrow morning, Team Fortress 2 multiplayer, the Halloween 2024 event. And thank you and many special thanks to those who joined over the past few weeks. Really appreciate it. And if you want to go through the full list of stuff I covered during the last Steam Next Fest, so welcome to stream Buster, Pixel Boy, Jaden, Raccoon, Silent, Hard Gus, Edro, anyone else I missed, as well as all the lurkers. So first on the lineup is Bridge Valley by Oscar, 123 plays and a score of 46. The demo itself for Soldiers was good. The actual game, looking at receptions, leaves a lot to be desired. I'll just put it that way. I do own that game, but, well, I own the code for it. A game key for it. I'll try it eventually. Oh yeah, welcome back to Bridge Zone from Sonic on the Game Gear and Master System. Roger that, I'll add both your levels to the queue right after this stage is done. Wasn't sure if that command was gonna charge. Well, they're not actually commands, they're a different enemy. That's where the Chaos Emerald would be. That's where it'd fall into a pit. Well, at least I got the Chaos Emerald equivalent. Niter Buster. This is Bridge Zone from Sonic 1 on the map from the Master System and Game Gear. If it was based off of SMB2 USA, there would be some falling logs. I was gonna post a video about it yesterday, but forgot. They changed Scout's pants, blue Scout's pants to blue. Then they changed it back. apparently. And that has been the case for 17 years. Like, the Scouts pants color has been that for about 17 years. Then they changed it. Did they change it back? Hey, Robotnik. I mean, Wily. I like British Zone's music. The zone itself is rather basic, though. I mean, even Marble Zone, even comparing it to the second zone in the Genesis game, the Marble Zone, that was more... Yeah. G to the G. It was a fairly nice recreation. Well, not even recreation, but application. Hang on a sec, I need to change one thing. Alright, J Butters, your level's been added. As well as Hard Gus's. As well as Sunflower Zumrill. So Blue Scout originally had blue pants, and they're still blue in several in-game images. When the game first released, the pants got recolored to grayish-brown like Red Scouts, because someone forgot to enable a layer in Photoshop, so they've been gray for 17 years and counting. Until like 2 days ago when Valve finally changed them back to blue. But then they noticed all the cosmetics since assumed Scouts pants colors are the same across teams, so we're back to gray. Actually, wait, when was SMB2 USA even developed? Like, that's actually an interesting statement. Okay, 1991 versus... ...1988, so yeah. Also, for those wondering, I have links to each of the year's playlists. If you see the playlist of one Steam Next Fest year, there'll be links to the other playlist in the description there. Alright, brief detour aside. And yeah, I'd say Soldiers, I like Soldiers' art more than the 9 years. Although that's because I'm more of a... although that's because I like pixel art, detailed pixel art more. What? What about Freaky Fair? Huh. Okay. Sorry Gabisso, but that level doesn't exist anymore. So we'll get back to you. Second up is I Dare You to Cheese My Level, Part 8 by Queen Monica. 18 plays, score 6. So it's like a checkpoint. So it's like control point stand-in, but you can buy MVM upgrade. But you can purchase MVM upgrades. So King of the Hill with 3 hills. Let's try again. And if you cap a point, you get $500. You also get someone killed. That sounds cool. Too slow. The upgrade station is crazy broken. Oh, pfft. Mega Man Maker Ice Physics strike again. This is trickier due to the nature of the platform and the droplets. Oh gosh. Alright, made it across. Thank you, Iceman Plushie. Be gone, fish. And crush the plushie while we're at it. Let's rise again, shall we? Here I do have to use bow in tandem. Oh boy. That wasn't actually that bad, and now that's a neat challenge. I do wish we started with these 2 challenges before the first one. Basically, you can have infinite credits on that map. Nope. Oh gosh. That was my bad. There's also some way to glitch potion effects that just have perma knockback immunity, and on the first run the upgrades don't work at all. Potion effects as in canteen effects, that map added some new ones, eh? Yeah, the oil watercolor-ish pixel art does look cool. I have heard some mentions of being able to play chess in Maker. Yeah, I would like the option to add Spike Guards and Beat Rescue as collectibles. And definitely we need W tanks. Like, I understand not having Spike Guard and Beat Rescue, but please, can we have W tanks? We got E tanks for life, but the issue with M tanks is restores all of your weapon energy, and that can result in some balance issues for certain stages. We should have W tanks which only restore one weapon of your choice. And yeah, I love the plushie gimmick. They allow for a lot of creativity. Excuse me. Oh, ice. This is gonna be a problem now. Okay, now it's no longer a problem. Hey, let me fight the phoenixes first, I'll answer your question. Oh no. No checkpoint. That's a really nasty placement. Let's see. To answer your question, Jaden, no, it was pre-recorded. In fact, for all the Steam Next Fest demo showcases, at the start, and within the first second, I show whether the video was recorded or edited from a stream. I've been doing that for years now. What makes this nasty is the combination of ice physics. See, I really wish we had a starting challenge without the acid drops to get used to that timing. The way it is right now, it's nasty. It's a nasty first start. Hey Tyler, welcome. Oh, Tyler bot. Yeah, it's been quite a while. The reason why I wanted a checkpoint is because I wanted to hear where I'm gonna die repeatedly, because this is... And then we have the last part over there. Once again, this is one of the situations where I wish Maker had binoculars. I'm not too fond of playing chess. Napoleon... What? This is one of those levels where I may need to use the level editor. Because this is suddenly turned into Lapanu tier difficulty. It seems deceptively simple until you realize, oh wait, timing. Let's see. The Champ vs. Napoleon 1, the one that saw a Terra Blue Dot, and the rise of Napoleon Ultra Paradox. I already covered near levels Oscar, but I'll stash it the one you submitted for later. Sure, Tyler, I'm adding it. Okay, Doug wrote to ChatGPT to behave like Napoleon Bonaparte and to also cheat in chess, and it played versus his Twitch chat's click maps. Napoleon lost, but he gave some fire names to his moves. I think I'll just use a level editor because this is getting really frustrating and we're just repeating the same challenge over and over. That was poor timing on my part. I'm sorry, but I don't want to have to repeat the mid-boss fight every single time I fail there. That's not really fun. And that isn't even really... It's not even part of the same section, it's just like a time waster. You're welcome. Alright. We're back. My fix for the stage, just put a checkpoint at the start of this section. It wouldn't cause too many issues because you can't be harmed standing here. Yes, I know I can do this on my own without the use of the level editor, but I have other levels to get to. And of course, the acid hitboxes. Not to mention the other things I have to be concerned about, like ice physics. Like the confluence of factors I have to worry about here are the ice shattering if I stand out too long on it, ice physics, specifically Maker's version, the acid, and the acid droplets above. And if I get hit by the acid droplets, I'm gonna take knockback. And I can't just keep rushing forwards because of the aforementioned ice physics. If this was Magmal, or the mainline series, I could do that. Too fast. Mercifully, I now have the makeshift checkpoint here. If I didn't, I'd have to spend another 20 seconds refighting the boss. And the snow in the background just makes it arbitrarily more difficult to see the acid. It doesn't even affect my movement. I get it adds to the aesthetics, but it takes away from visual clarity from a section that needs it. Okay, we're here. Let's see, I died at least 10 more times after that, so I saved 200 seconds at the very least. Don't they respawn after your screen transition? Jaden, the problem with this game's ice physics aren't that they're accurate. They aren't accurate. The problem is they suddenly give you a burst of momentum regardless of what speed you're actually running on the ice before. That's my problem with them. Like Magmal Tree, I keep pointing back to Magmal Tree because it's an accurate example. Magmal Tree has more accurate ice physics, and they're not that troublesome. What happens if I get... Okay, nothing. Oh, pfft. I found the easy button. So, my suggestion for the stage, put a checkpoint here, please. Because this section, especially with how you suddenly have this, that's kind of a difficulty spike because most stages don't prepare for this. Neither does this. On top of that, I strongly advise move these two challenges to being before this one. Or add one more challenge of this kind, but remove the acid droplets, so players can get a better onboarding for this sort of challenge. Thank you, TylerBot. Okay, Halloween levels next week. You're welcome. Mini-bosses shouldn't respawn, neither should bosses, unless... I don't know what Crash's ice physics are. Thing is, Pedro, even if they're accurate to Iceman's original ice physics, that's Mega Man 1. And, Mega Man 1 is not the epitome of stability or balance or many other things. It's also fairly old and has a lot of, not well thought out design decisions. Like, if we're talking about... I was more referring to the general Mega Man original game's ice physics. And here's the thing. Putting aside whether it's accurate to Mega Man 1 or general Mega Man ice physics, my issue with the sunburst of momentum is that it really makes the ice a pain to deal with because you can... in fact, let me do a demonstration here. Does this give me ice physics? Okay. If I run, let go, it's fine. Let me show you what happens when I tap walk. It's fine. Now let me show you what happens if I slightly tap walk. See? Notice there's a sudden burst of sliding momentum, even though I haven't walked that far. This is my problem with the Mega Man Maker ice physics. If I continuously run in one direction or another, I'm okay with the sliding momentum. But if I just do slightly more than a tiptoe, it gets converted to a lot of sliding momentum, relatively a lot. And that causes a lot of issues with precision platforming. If it was actually linear, if it actually was a conversion of the momentum, there'd be a very small amount of sliding. And that's what stuff like Magwell Tree does. I hope I described it that well enough. Slowly accelerating the speed, and here's the thing, putting aside accuracy, that is a lot better for precision platforming. You don't want sudden changes in momentum or speed when you're trying to precisely platform from object to object. And the mainline classic series fixed that, with 6 and onwards. I mean, they are tricky, but not painfully so. Unfortunately, that's been the case way since the first release. Okay. Start the discussion then, Jaden. But enough of that rant. About the stage, I'd advise applying those changes and the stage would be better. Because I actually like the interplay mechanics. My apologies for all the criticism. I like the interplay mechanics, it just needs better onboarding. Number 3 up is Earthman by Big Vincent. 80 plays and a score of 23. No, they can. I know it because I've seen the development of Magma 2's engine, which was a heavily modified Mega engine, as well as Megamix. Hey Toxin, welcome to the stream. Ooh, I like the visuals here. Hey Panta. Keep in mind, Magma 2 and Mega Man Maker were released around the same time frame. Trying to hide something here? Not falling for that. Getting a decent number of Earthman levels. That's good. Whoa. Oh. Okay. Once again, I wish an example level showcased this. These are supposed to work only on trains, but it all makes sense because these boxes also have tracks. That is really cool. Well, I'm playing on modded, so... So it is possible with the main game. Moving frozen lava. That's cool. Regardless, that's awesome. I think it's better to not slide jump here. Oh my goodness. Exactly what this stage is building up to. Alright, these are some very creative uses of the treaded heavy blocks, at least for the ones I've seen, and it has a good onboarding process with the difficulty. So currently my third level of the episode, easily. Uh-oh. Not again. I've been powdered. Wow. Unintentional sick dodge. So I can't get up there. Play it safe. I definitely like this. It really opens up new avenues for level design. Because those are also magnetic, those are also magnetic, aren't they? Pop-up attackers popping right through the ground now. Not the time. Actually... just hold that in the air. I didn't know that Darkman Tree's intro and maker is taken from X-Dive. I'll answer your question in a moment, Jaden. Chargeman, Trainman, and all the enemies in conveyor belt wheels can also stand on those tracks. Oh my goodness. That is a major boon for Chargeman. Imagine the train chase stages that you can now have. A backdoor way to buff Chargeman. GG, currently my favorite level of the episode. Good onboarding process, aka challenge progression for with the treaded blocks, and great escalation. Climax could stand to be a bit better, but otherwise, it was good. Like the best climax of the stage was when I had to jump from all those treaded blocks when they were being dispensed, and each of those treaded blocks were going at different speeds. I don't know how you could do it. You could have it with the conveyors and lava, but that may cause an issue. Unless the lava rises slowly. I can definitely see some setups, but they may be too difficult and they don't want to push it too far. Which I'm fine with. Not all levels have to be difficult. Thank you, Toxin. Your level's been added. So Jaden was asking, what do I think were the strongest points of Super Cable Boy, as well as their weaknesses? First time games? Could you clarify on what you mean by first time game? Well, the strongest points were the momentum-based physics and how all the special abilities combined with that, or played around with that. And how it incentivized more risky plays plus exploration thanks to the Onagiris plus secret exits, as well as many secret exits. And all the bosses made fun use of the special abilities per world. The biggest downside of the game is that outside of momentum-based swinging and how the power-ups play along with that, the game itself is relatively... it doesn't have that much breadth. It has depth, sure, with those mechanics, but other than that, it's not that wide. Plus, of course, the photosensitivity warnings. And the graphics, I know, are Game Boy based, but they could have stand to be a little bit more detailed. And some areas were certainly more eye-grating than others. See the Fire Realm, Firewall. And keep in mind, with Super Cable Boy, I already said, even back when I was playing it actively, I said that I wouldn't be able to 100% it, because the bonus world levels are straight up Kaizo stages. In order to attain the true ending, you have to go through some Diet Kaizo and Kaizo levels, and I was never good enough with the swinging and switching between the power-ups to actually achieve that. I don't really keep track of which games are debuts, especially looking back that far. It also gets a bit more difficult when people move from company to company. Alright, let's move on to the next stage. Oh yeah, and before I do that, for the 2022 Steam Next Fest demos, my favorites were Mini Shoot Adventure, Eldorand, Islets, Soldiers, Tinykin, Ship of Fools, Gunbrella, As Liber Vision, Gravity Circuit, 9 Years of Shadows, and The Night Witch. Yeah, I listed 8 or 9 ones, but those are the ones that really stand out to me. Gravity Circuit, I'm not sure if I'm going to cover this year, but if I don't, I'll definitely cover it next year. Also, no Shadow 5 Pull Face, Purple Crying. Alright, forward up is Roll Next Remake Shin Stage by Fire Sawdust. 14 plays, score 6. And once again, I neglect to actually check what levels I've actually beat, so I'll just take these. Oh. That's a cut. I mean, 2022 had a lot of solid demos I covered, at least 8 or 9 of them. I mean, for all the recent indie Mega Man inspired stuff I've covered for the past few years. Let me rephrase it. I mean, comparing all of the Mega Man directly inspired stuff that I've been covering over the past few years at the Next Fest, my favorite take on the whole thing would be Gravity Circuits. Berserk Boy is also solid, but that isn't quite as Mega Man inspired as Gravity Circuit is. Down. Whoa. Are you Someone said that was a nerf to break dash. I don't know if that's the case. On top of the trucks. 1, 2. That was 9 shots. Welcome to Mega Man 7 Streets at night. Hi, Matt. Oh yeah, and Frostman, I guess. Sure, Tyler. I'll add it after I'm done with this stage. Hey, this is Frostman. I getcha. Oh, those. Okay, I get the reason why we have those teleporters. So players can't just overshoot the elevator and fall to their deaths. As hilarious as that would be. Yeah, Spark Tree's demo was back there. Pretty much, Jay Butters. I'll eventually cover Virtua Unlimited Project. Although there's actually a funny story about Virtua Unlimited Project and the developer's pedigree. Like, I realized that that's not the only Mega Man styled game they made. Or at least some of the developers. Specifically, they actually made 1 or 2 Mega Man fan games. Both of which are actually on my to-play list. Thunderclaw! And my score is 100 from Mega Man, 93 from Light, 97 from Blues. It is a nice detail. But I will get around to that fan game in a year or two. The reason why I haven't pushed that up is because, well, it sort of spoils a Mega Man game I haven't actually covered yet, or played yet. Fifth up is Mega Man Animal Rage 2 Rhino Man Military Depot Fixed Pilot Patio, 62 plays, score 27. Here we go. Oh, I did ice before, so I'll just grab that. Good lucky. All hail the mighty ice wall. Yeah, before I do comparisons, you have to ask me to compare it with something else. Like, look at my LP list and, actually, I guess you can use my LP list as a reference. Is it still on? I saw it. Yeah, they did nerf. Apparently, they nerfed it for Mega Man 5 GB finally, or they didn't. Cyber Shadow in Prison City. I'll just put it this way: Cyber Shadow is a better put together. Oh, I spawned it too high to the point where it despawned. Whoops. Oh, the reason there is because it despawned. The uncharged buster when using Break Dash does more damage than it should in 5 GB. Why is that a nerf then? If it deals more damage than it does in 5GB, that sounds like a buff. Okay, the reverse of what you said then, Buster. It does more damage in 5GB. Yeah, I probably read it wrong. You know me sometimes. Ice Wall was never bad. Like, okay, it was good as a utility weapon in Mega Man and Base, but even there, it was... you could use this basically as a shotgun. And it tear through so many different things. Okay, to answer your question, Gene, I think making a comparison between Cyber Shadow and Prison City is better compared to making a comparison with Noctis and Ona, compared with Noctis and Super Cable Boy. Like, sure, they may be precision platformers, but the way they become the way they take the precision platforming is very different. Like, Super Cable Boy is very Super Cable Boy has quite a bit of momentum focus to it. Ah, my bad. Whereas Eterna Noctis is more instant and instant acceleration, deacceleration. Yeah, I disagree with that nerf about you can't half charge it. I understand nerfing the single shot damage, but please allow us to half charge it. I agree with some of the weapon changes, though. Like, some of the weapons were too broken or too weak. Like Ice Wall, for example, I love how powerful it is, but oh my goodness, a nerf was probably necessary to its health. I guess that'll be fixed in 4. Thankfully, for the most part, it doesn't impact most stages. The only stage it does impact, you can get by with using a full one. Which is funny, considering how much I prefer, how I feel Mega Mix is more accurate to the original games. Or faithful in spirit. Oh shoot. Yeah. I'm reaching the problem with playing a base now, where I can't really out DPS the enemies. Super Cable Boy, I guess you can compare it with Super Sammy Roll, because they are two momentum-based platformers, Sammy Roll even more so. Putting aside the difference in 2D versus 3D perspective. Like, despite how much I praise Megamix for everything, sometimes the weird accuracy quirks are funny. When I say weird accuracy quirks, I don't mean deliberate design decisions to improve or bounce out things. I'm talking about stuff like the half break dash, I suppose. Like, sure, nerf the shot damage of the break dash, I get that. But the half charge? Eh. Yeah, really cool levels. I think my way of putting it is I like the changes that Megamix poses more than Makers, on average. Let me out of here. So the obstacles are easier as base, but the enemies are tougher. Fair enough. Oh, certainly. I want to make something clear. I don't mind changing or modifying certain assets in whatever game. Like, some of them definitely needed to be buffed, or nerfed, or added more, or given more features and flexibility to. The latter of which I find is the most harmless change and better enriches the game. With the former two, you have to be more careful. Especially in stuff like Maker, where you can't necessarily change. You don't have as much control about the weapon specifics. Let me out of here. Megamix's base, at the very least, Megamix's baseline is very solid. I dare say currently it's the best Mega Man Classic fan game base engine to build off of and extend. And the stuff the stuff that's kind of inaccurate, those are relatively not that difficult to patch. The most core important aspects like the enemy system, player system, collision, how weapons work, stage transitions, building the levels, they all work perfectly fine, perfectly good. And the most important thing is, the weapons should feel accurate to the original. They don't have to be 100% accurate, but they should feel faithful. Faithful or an improvement over the original. And like, if we were 100% accurate, then some of the weapons would not be as good. Take for example the Freeze Cracker. I wish the Freeze Cracker worked like this back in Mega Man 7. Alright, to respond to Jaden's comments, with Sammy Roll and Cable Boy, they're both momentum based, Sammy much more so. Because with those, gaining, maintaining, and sometimes losing momentum is crucial for surviving the platforming gauntlets. Although in terms of the complexity of the environment, well, I shouldn't say complexity because Sammy has another full dimension to work around with. I will say that compared with Sammy, Cable Boy has way more spikes in their stages by the end game. And Sammy, even when we got to the bonus levels, never had that much. Then again, it did have a lot more bombless pits, and water, and lava, and acid. And away we go! Aha, bonus. This is why everyone copies Mega Man 9's walking speed, but no one copies his suddenly lessened gravity. Yeah, that actually caused a problem when someone decided to recreate a late game level from Mega Man 9 here, one of the fortress levels, and because of that, it basically made the stage unwinnable without taking damage. My reward is the red key in an E-tank. These levels may be relatively easy for now, but don't you worry, this is Le Patio. Just give it time and it'll become brutally difficult. Afum V2? Oh, almost. I know Pizza Tower. Oh, they're there for unlocking a bonus level. I'm just damage boosting here. I'll just say it outright. Cyber Shadow is the more well polished out game, more well thought out and polished title compared to Prison City. Prison City's fun and all, but it's like comparing a decent game to a good game, or almost good game. Like overall, Cyber Shadow has a tighter design philosophy, and how all the mechanics interplay with each other. It's not the hot plate I got killed by, it was the fire and the flames. Oh, it's a Pizza Tower mod that's sort of like Mega Man Maker, but way buggier and incredibly unfinished. Okay, red keys are for unlocking a bonus stage. That was funny. I get he's supposed to be pushed back, but it just looked like after being touched by the ice wall, they decided to act self-conscious. The difference between the plots of Cyber Shadow and Prison City is that one is definitely not an excuse plot, and the other is more of an excuse plot. Which makes sense considering that Cyber Shadow's main inspiration is Ninja Gaiden. And Ninja Gaiden is one of the rare NES platformers, one of the rare 2D platformers on the NES era that actually has a plot that can't be excused. Also one of the few action games over there on the NES which has cutscenes. Prison City has many inspirations, Ninja Gaiden isn't one of them. Like, saying they share similar DNA is accurate, but saying they're very similar I disagree with. See, my issue with saying that doing a direct saying Prison City and Cyber Shadow share a lot of DNA is like saying that two 2D action platforms on the NES share a lot of DNA. Like, sure, it is sort of accurate, but at the same time misleading. Like, Cyber Shadow's main inspiration is Ninja Gaiden. Prison City's main inspirations is stuff like Power Blade. Is actually a combination of 8 different games, with 2 of the main inspirations being Power Blade and Shatterhand. And despite the both of them being 2D action platformers, they're going for very different vibes and playstyles. And because of that, Cyber has a faster paced feel, especially following the halfway point, and Prison City's a medium paced affair. Alright, before I take a pause, 6th up is Dashing Up Walls Classic Style by Conductor J Butters 98709, 20 plays, score -1. I usually don't remark on plot, story, or narrative in games that much if they're excuse plots because, hey, They're an excuse for the game happening. That's why I don't remark or discuss the Mega Man plots that much, because they end up being excuses to fight Wily or Sigma in the end. Yes, I say Sigma because, many times it's... dead. Many times it's just, yeah. Or they're not really well thought out. They're not bad, but, I will examine them. Oh no. What was that? Okay, we're alive again. What's happening in this stage? Too far. This is really strange. How many assets are in this stage? Okay. It wasn't not say too easy, Lepadio. It was still tricky, mainly due to the enemies. Oh, there's a lot of magnetic coils, you say? I see what we're coming up to. Oh gosh. I see. I see what you want me to do here. Not fall in the pit, though. Lagman used to be a far more common occurrence before 1.7. I gotta chase this while keeping it on screen at the same time. Okay, I see. That's our game plan then. Yeah, lag was eliminated for over a year, but for certain stages like this one, it's made its unwelcome return. Game, dash for me, please. The main problem with this age so far is the sheer amount of lag. Oh goodness. Why is there so much time it has to respawn like this? For situations like this, I wish the game was coded better, where you wouldn't have to reset the entire level. Especially as I don't have the pile driver energy anymore. If I had the pile driver, this would be no problem, but as you can see, I lost all its energy. Yes! Less than one? Oh my goodness. I don't like where this is going. That wasn't that bad, actually. Hmm. Oh, that's devious. I am not a professional Kaizo gamer yet, Pedro. You're too kind. I haven't beaten any of Captain Pollution's levels yet. Well, maybe one or two, to be accurate. I'm gonna have to fill in this gap. Oh my... yeah, this is... Hmm. I'm okay with the platforming. It's like the Pioneer difficulty tier. My issue with the stage is, how long it takes to actually respawn. That's the real annoying part. Because especially with gaps like these where you die a lot, you end up spending 10 seconds waiting to respawn and 10 seconds going through the stage itself. And considering my fall speed, this is gonna take a while. It's a case of not the stage's design itself causing an issue, but the things surrounding the design. When I say design, I'm referring to the level design specifically, because having to take into consideration the engine's limitations is important for design. Too close to the spikes next. Okay, grind back up the spikes then the wall. Oh, yeah, right. Maybe I should do that. That's the other issue, though. Oh no. Pfft. I was pressing one, but I pressed the other at the same time. Okay. I will talk about what you talked about earlier, Jaden. Let me see if I can get past this. Again, my issue with this section isn't so much the difficulty. Oh, pfft, too soon. I thought this was gonna go further. My issue with this section isn't so much the actual platforming difficulty. It's the gap between how long I die and when I can respawn. And of course, how close do I have to be before it actually adheres? I already have a fairly powerful PC for this day and age, so if I have this much trouble playing the stage, just imagine someone else who doesn't have a weaker... Just imagine someone else who has a weaker PC. This is gonna just turn into a slog. And that's the worst part of the stage. The unnecessary patience. Yeah, switch immediately to that. But I need to get through the gap. I know about that trick of casting a recoil. The problem is fitting into this gap. And the problem is these are instant death too, so they pierce through iframes. And the bottom one, well, I don't have anything to damage boost off of, so... And it's basically pixel precision, that's the thing I suck at the most and don't really like doing in this sort of game. And there's a minor gap of... And there are a few frames where I can't use the pile driver again after finishing one. Oh, when you get to the second. Treatise. I'll give it 2 more attempts. If I keep dying here, I'm just gonna delete that block. I just want to get to the next part of the stage. Okay. Oh my goodness. The moment I said that, then it worked. I can't double jump in this stage. Okay, don't touch those weapon blocks, they drain all my weapon. Okay. Too close to the left. Give me some more time to decide this. Okay, I lost this, so I need to rely on this now. Oh, pfft. One important note, don't press both of the weapon switch options at the same time. This section is still more doable than the previous one. I really just wish the delay between using the pile drivers didn't exist, because that itself seems to be inconsistent depending on how fast you button mash. Oh, okay. The best thing the stage does, it has an appropriate number of checkpoints, thank goodness. Okay. Picking up the metal blade almost... I was worried picking up the metal blade would crash the game. But I'm out. Oh no. Are you... Wait, can I do it from... Yeah, I can do it from the other side. Help, the world is collapsing. I'm dead. Unless... Alright, that canceled the momentum. The game's having a heart attack, folks. The rest of the system's doing fine, it's just... the game. Alright, we're back. Oh no, I need to do this. What did you put in this stage? J Butters. Just give us time, we're getting there slowly. We're trying to do CPR. We're cutting through the duct tape holding the game together is coming apart. Please apply new duct tape. Alright. I'm probably gonna not make this section. Oh no, yeah, I can't do... Help! Activate! I can't even use this weapon. Ah, Base is staring into the abyss now. Base's light flashes through his eyes. I would switch weapons, J Butters, but the game is dying, so, it wasn't taking my Switch inputs, so I had to open the Switch menu. Okay, it's over. I must go. Someone else needs this red key. Ah yes. The sub 1 FPS experience. Okay. The worst part in the stage is not even the level design, it's what's happening with the extreme amounts of lag. It was noticeable before with the respawn times, but now it's actually starting to impact the moment-to-moment gameplay in a horrific way. Okay, we got a copy of the game now. No more CPR needed. When the FPS becomes SPF. Like, this entire stage is basically a highlight. I wish Jaden was still here. Oh yeah, he's still here, never mind. I'm losing track of where everyone is. Okay, the moment I cross this barrier, everything starts falling apart. Okay, can I just use the level editor to skip ahead past this section? This is becoming unplayable. Wait, this opening the start menu itself caused the problem. Let me try that actually. I'm really curious if the start menu itself is causing the problem. I don't even think the level is too big because I played levels that are several hundred screens long and they don't have any lag issues. And then comes along this thing with whatever it's trying to do with the magnetic coils or whatever. Look! If I don't open the start menu, nothing breaks. Don't take it so personally, Jaden. And this level didn't even get that many negative votes. I'm more used to the weapons being that. It's the thousands of weapon changers which is causing the problem. Here's the funny thing though. It only causes an issue when the game has to pause. When the game isn't paused, it works fine for the most part. Oh no. Again. I'm thinking that I should have one or two. I don't see. This is what makes this even more bizarre. You would think it would lag the entire stage regardless of whether the game gets paused or not, but it only happens when the game pauses, so something happens when the game has to pause where it turns on and off assets and things go horrifically wrong. Alright, we're true. Oh, where's Sylph when you need them? This is hilarity. Oh no. Oh, pfft. That works too, actually. Right, I need to use pile driver there in order to activate, and then get down. See ya, Fort. With these tight sections, I wish I had the ability to slow down to 50%. That's usually where I use pausing to buffer my switches, but in this stage that's not really possible, I'm afraid. I'm true. Let me in. Trying to see what I'm supposed. Oh, yeah. Too slow. Actually, I don't even think the explosion would reach, so that wasn't even worth it. Sure, why not? No, 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 don't do that. Sorry, the quality of this commentary is degrading as the further I get into this stage. I'm now just reacting to the really weird and close shaves I'm having. Hey, Deadly. Not yet, Jaden. At this point, I'm just smiling and waving at all the wacky stuff that's happening. The best part when the stage was having a heart attack. The game was having a heart attack. Again, I should just use the double switch to get back to base. Nice! Ah, I pressed it. Yeah, I pressed it both at the same time, then I pressed the other one by accident. This time I was pressing the button, but I didn't mash it, so I died. So yeah, just use the pile driver again to kill the momentum. Nope. I really wish I could just assign weapons to specific buttons. Because the thing I do here is just use the pause menu, but when that's taken away, everything falls apart. Okay, now I can switch. And of course, it didn't activate because there's now a subtle lag. Oh good, that was this one. Oh my goodness. Well, I do get full restores at the very least. Alright. What? Safe and solid ground. That would have been a good point to end off the stage, but oh boy, we keep going. like the Energizer Bunny. Right. Thank you, Tedley. I can't recover level packs. Right now, Mistress Gardevoirs is coming up in 2 weeks, so probably in a month. I am trying to see what the weapon order is, and as they add more and more weapons to the order, that kind of changes things. It's funny seeing a Lepadio difficulty tier level following a Lepadio stage. Let's see, oh boy. So, right. Almost. I hope I don't have to use Metal Blade here. Not being able to use the pause menu without the game deciding to have another stroke is artificial difficulty, all things considered. Okay, here's the important thing. Thunderclaw, we have this. To the right of Thunderclaw is Pile Driver, and to the left of Thunderclaw is the Wheel Cutter. And I happen to not even go far enough to actually even make a difference. It says 19 minutes, but it's more like half an hour at this stage. I will resume all the discussion topics, everyone asking that. Okay. I thought I pressed it twice, and yet the last one didn't execute. Up to you, Jaden. I don't really pay that much attention to most people's takes on matters. What? I guess I swung, hit the wall, which immediately broke the claw, and then I fell into the abyss again. Again, I don't mind that, I just mind having to wait X seconds more than it should be before getting back. And then, like that, where I think it should grab on, but it doesn't. Honestly, for this sort of stage, I highly advise splitting into two, so people with weaker PCs or PCs in general can play this smoothly. It's not fun having to spend 1/5 of the stage just waiting. No! And now, this is why I don't like to spam the weapons, because then this can happen. Again, the one thing that would make this stage far easier to play is being able to use the pause menu to buffer. Okay. Okay. I don't like it when the thunder clacks like that. Have I even reached the magnetic coil section? Like, by this point, this would have been a good point to end off the stage. Like, if the magnetic coil section brings down the rest of the stage, just cut off the magnetic coil into its own stage, split it off, and it'll make everything far more reasonable. I'm just considering just using the level editor after I pass this section. This level is getting to the point where it's too big. It adds more and more stuff, but here's the thing. There aren't any optional side routes I've noticed or extra collectibles, so you could just safely spin into just 2 or 3 subparts and play them back to back and resolve the many lag issues that this suffers from. Unfortunately, as I'm becoming a broken record, this really stretches to the weak points of Maker and makes this stage more of a chore than enjoyable. It makes it far more of a chore than an enjoyable experience. You are... Here's the thing. As a word of advice to future creators, if you're gonna have a purely linear level with no collectibles, no optional things, and it's fairly long, just split them into multiple parts. I'll be happy to play them, and it'd fix a lot of performance issues of people with weaker PCs. Alright, here it comes. Oh my, no. Hey Sylv, you missed the best part of the stage, where the engine almost died. Okay, pile driver. Oh, certainly. It looks like these sections are fun. Like, the sections taken by themselves are tricky, sure, but they're all doable with practice. It's just that everything surrounding it really serves to bring down the entire experience. Oh my goodness, whoa! Chemical plant moment. I got a pile driver up there. Okay, pile driver and metal blade are on each other. Oh my gosh. It's so strong you can break the camera too. Not holding it enough is the understatement of the week. Let me out! Oh. Am I alive? Yes. The sad part is, if it actually worked as Excuse us when the game takes a breather. The sad part is, if this game actually worked the way it was supposed to, this level... Oh my goodness, why? I know exactly what this is gonna be. No, I'm dead. If this stage worked exactly as intended, perfectly fine engine-wise, this would have easily become my honorable mention in the episode. Did you get your tactical pizza, Buster? Darn. Well, the stage didn't have another heart attack, so I guess that's an improvement. You know, the stage lagging here is actually helping me. Oh my goodness. No, I was holding left. You have to scrape all the mushrooms off of it. Okay. I think we've seen enough of this stage. I'm just gonna put the level editor. We've been here for probably 45 minutes when this is a half an hour to 45 minutes. I could complete this without the use of level editor, but oh goodness. Because the actual difficulty of the challenges themselves with practice isn't... It's like Diet Kaizo at most. We've seen far more devious and brutal stuff from the patio, for example. Excuse me, I need to readjust my head. Alright, has been recharged a bit. Make sure to take your aspirin. Okay, where are we? How far did they get? Oh, word of advice, I already said it, please split the level into two halves, like part 1, part 2. Like after this the magnetic coil gauntlet, that would be a good point to end off the stage. Then we can start with this key collection challenge and move here. I know what would happen if I collect one of the green keys, so yeah. Let's see what happens then. Thunderclaw's back. We have to keep pushing this forward using the metal blades so we can block the lasers. Then make it across to the pile driver, wheel cutter, pile driver again, Thunderclaw. Keep punting this to the left, repeat. Get over here with the pile driver and wheel cutter up. Next, magnetic coil section. This will keep trying to pull us to the right, so we need to get these Cossack platforms up. Get down here, do a quick pile driver, wheel cutter to buffer. How do you hit these? I guess one of the abilities allow you to hit it. Another pile driver here, wheel cutter, get these targets. Pile driver, wheel cutter, pile driver again. After you hit all these targets, get across this gate. Onto the Cossacks. Be careful of this magnetic platform. Pile driver left, wheel cutter up, and make it here. You get the metal blade back. Toxin says the problem is in the coils. Here's my thing. I think it's a combination of all the weapon setters and the coils working together to make an unholy lag monster, lag black hole. 4 green keys. What do I have? Oh, all metal blade, eh? Ah. Okay, keep pile drivering, I guess. I guess these green keys are here for a troll or something. Because I don't see a problem with using collecting the green keys for now. Okay, more targets with the magnetic coils pulling us forwards. Go figure. Magnetic coil tries pulling us to the right. Once again, would be best suited for part 2 or part 3. And we actually have to push this here in order to make it up there, I guess. Or maybe stare at a block to slow us down. Keep cuttering up. Time slow. Oh. Oh. Okay. Use time slow to get through these sections as quickly as possible, combined with wheel cutter, pile driver, the like. Shunt this block to the left. Guts hover, I mean. Okay. More target practice and swinging. Refill energy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see. Down here, left, up. I'm basically narrating what I would have done, and... Okay, shove it to the right. We've seen harder ones. 2 red keys required this time. Avoid the green keys for some reason. This final gauntlet doesn't seem so bad compared to everything else we've encountered. Make it down here, get the red key to open this gate. Another gauntlet where you have to avoid losing your weapons, otherwise you're dead. Grab the red key along the way. You regain all the weapons here. Why are these green doors here? Magnets again, trying to mess you up. You have to pile driver and wheel cutter up correctly. Yeah, what's with the abundance of green keys? I don't get it. And then you finally fight Tornado Man here after this really brutal gauntlet. And then the stage ends, I think. Yeah, it ends. Okay. I think we've all said enough, commented, criticized, what have you about the stage. Let's move on. There, so don't get soft locked. Again, I could have, if I had 3 more hours, or at least 2 or 3 more hours, I could have beaten this, but... So I'll mark this as yellow, but with the way it's designed and all the problems surrounding it, I'm afraid I'll have to give it a thumbs down. I'm sorry, J-Botters. Okay, now I'm gonna take a 5-minute break and get back to Hardgas, Sunflora, someone else's Tylerbond and Toxins levels. And we have returned. It is time for the final stretch. I totally agree with you, J Butters. I have played plenty of stages which are over 100 to 150 screens long, and they're engaging. The biggest problem with this stage is the engine itself falling apart at the seams, and not being able to pause. Like, I've played even more devious levels from a patio around the same length and difficulty. There is a certain way you have to take into consideration the assets and the engine's weakness. Alright, 7th up is Abandoned Mansion, Halloween level by Hard Gus, 78 plays and a score of 37. All things considered, I think in total I'll be covering less Steam X-Fest demos than this year compared to last year, which I'm fine with. I'll see if I have enough time to cover your level, Eduardo. I will say there are more multiplayer Let's Tries I will say there's more multiplayer Let's Plays coming out in the future, because those are really fun. I would do them in the morning, but unfortunately my acquaintances and friends aren't available in the morning streams, so they're shunted to the evening. Like, playing Splintered Fate and Wildwoods together, that was a blast. Or the thing that started it all, Super Freaks. Or all the arcade games I played during Sage. In the mansion proper. Gonna check out the rooftops. I was never that good at puzzle platformers, so I didn't really play a tree. I did play a little bit of one. When I say a little bit, I mean an hour's worth. I mean, eventually I do want to get back and do some Flash games. I do own the Shift Legacy collection, for example. Oh, here rises the skull. Trying out different weapons. Basically, a tree introduces snow and ice, and so the skull monster falls into the abyss. On them, Fireboy runs way faster, but Water Girl goes very slow. And the game also introduces timed buttons that take advantage of that. Oh boy. I see where you're going. Sorry, Jaden, but your connection is too unstable. And I don't think the games that be instant co-oping would be interested in either. Oh, and there's no mechanics that buff that nerf Fireboy. It only really hurts, it only really harms the Water Girl. Oh, okay. Guess we're taking the... I don't think it's so much a Ethernet, it's more like the connection itself, or an ISP. Plus, the games I play require a lot of the games interested in play co-oping require quite a bit of coordination. I know we got past Iron Meat. I know I got past Iron Meat with Joe, but that required quite a bit of coordination and knowing about, and each of us knowing about our strengths and weaknesses. Like, I know Joe a lot better than most of you. Yeah, that sucked. It was an okay level, but a good palate cleanser considering what happened before. In general, I prefer to do co-op playthroughs with people I know, with people I'm acquaintances / with people I'm close to, or people who are skilled at the game. Unless it's something like for example, competitive, or you have to play in groups of 6 or 12, in which case I'll be more flexible. 8 up is Freeze Complex by Sunflower Zoomeril. 6 plays, score 0. You mean Shadow's gay marriage? Depends on the game. You know what? I know this is kind of easy mode, but Proto Man really needs some better time in the limelight. He's been getting the short end of the stick quite recently. Well, eventually when we play Shovel Knight, when we eventually replay Shovel Knight, Shovel of Hope on co-op, definitely, I'll bring you on board. SM64 co-ops can be more interesting because you can have more than 2 people at the same time. Like, if you really want to, you can just bring an entire group of 10 people for extra chaos. Not to mention all the character mods. Only 2? Well, what do you mean, Sylv? I distinctly remember there being much more than just 2. Actually, and for that matter, what are the 2 ones you discovered? Like, I remember there was all those level packs, physics mods, music mods. I thought it was gonna be too early. So, there would be more than 3. Six of us just come to hot and one-shot the level. Coming in red hot. Oh, Spike. What site are you using to find the mods? Like, that doesn't sound right at all, because I know for a fact there are more stages than just that. I know for a fact there are many more mods than just that. Like, that doesn't even take into consideration the physics mods, for example, the spin dash fix. Well, I guess I'm going down here. Also, what about, for example, Project Unleashed? Ouch. Speaking of this stage, certainly better than the previous one. It's more of a it's kind of a middle rompy one, but it's a decent one. Okay, are decent. Does what mods does SM64 work with? Like, I know it works for the base game, but does it work for certain level mods too? Excuse me. Are you counting... Are you saying only for Classic or for both? Oh no. Okay, hidden ladder. I'm not complaining. Okay. I'm just laughing at so many random occurrences in Maker. It's so fun. Depends on which mods that... Depends on which... Depends on which mods you're looking for. I mean, depends on which mods you're looking at, and oh goodness. One of the stages taking advantage of the frozen rising and lowering lava. Okay, this stage is gone from being okay to decent to decent. Like, this is cool, no pun intended. You're basically describing the same problem with most Mega Man Maker levels. Defrosting? Classic only? Yeah, for Generations, of course, it's gonna be more biased towards modern for mods because, hey, Classic has a lot more fan content. Whereas Generations, or the boost form in general, doesn't, so more bias there. And the thing is, if people like the stages, then of course they're going to be ported over to Generations or remade. This started out okay decent, then ended up being decent once the facility really freezed over. I actually like the progression of how the facility started out relatively tame, then it got more and more frozen over the further we got into it. Cool progression. Chill progression. Cool and chill progression. 9th up is Proto Man, Burst Man by T-Dubs, 37th place, score of 11. This was submitted by Pixel Boy. Why are they playing Waveman's team? We could just use we could just reuse Burstman's. It exists in the engine. So Super Mario 64 Land works in co-op. That's good to know. Come on in, the black hole's great. Hey Slinky. Bye Slinky. Speaking of mediocre remixes of previously established stages, now I gotta do this in reverse. Nice. The character models are one of the best parts of co-op. I didn't notice there was a gap there. Oops. That could have ended in tragedy. S. Let's try out my theory. They got rid of the spikes in the ceiling, so this fight's already easier. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I thought so. We bullied Burstman to death. Bubbleless Burstman. 10th up is Hydro Garden Part... Wait a sec. Did I even do Part 1? You know what? Let me do Part 1 first, and next week I'll do Part 2. I would like to do these in order because of how progression works. So 10th up is Hydro Garden Part 1, The Filling Station by TylerBot. 8th place, score -1. Man, I eventually want to check out a lot of the Super Mario 64 ROM hacks. Red. 2 choices. Of course, I'm taking Quick Boomerang. And from everything I heard, man, Kaze is a genius. I'll need to figure out where to start though. Darn it. I slid too much. Won't reach. Interesting. Building up this challenge. What? Excuse me? I already knew the Mario ROM hacking scene had some very creative things from Super Mario World, but in recent times with all this crazy stuff SM64 has been able to pull off, especially following the decomp, it's incredible. Oh yeah, Proto Man double damage, and that deals a lot of contact damage, doesn't it? I'm gonna have to have some sort of starting point recommendations before I get into it. As you know, my skill level in Super Mario 64 is basically non-existent, or newbie. Like, I have the experience of playing other platformers, namely 3D ones, but that only goes so far with the moveset. Let me out, let me out! Oh well. Yes, perfect. Do the spin. Okay, checkpointed. To be fair, Super Mario 64 was released almost 2 decades, pretty much 2 decades before Sonic Generations. Actually, good question. When was Super Mario 64 released? (1996). Okay, it was released 15 years before Generations, so they had a much better head start. I mean, if you really want crazy stuff, you have to look at the hacking communities of the 2D games. hacking slash modding. Oh yeah, you were saying, Jaden, you were saying something about Super Freaks way earlier, before it was lost in the chaos of the game collapsing. Excuse me. Every time I came back to that moment, I laughed so hard. No. No, I just... Okay, just get down here, wait for it to get crushed. Excuse me, that was a little bit less of a jump. Okay. Oh. What? Please make it. I need that life pickup, and of course it drains away. Common Proto-Man L. Whereas Sunflower's Unreal stage is better packaged together with the aesthetics, I'd say this has a better and more interesting uses of all the mechanics, aka level design. It is challenging, sure, but oh no. But this is designed to be like a fortress stage, so... Really? We haven't meaned about it enough, really. We've meaned about other games so much more than that. To the point where you don't even notice a lot of the jokes I made in the Let's Tries that refer to that. Alright, halfway point I think. Oh my... What? What? I want that key. Got it. Mainly memes like whenever I say... Notice whenever I read Freaks I say, what? Or the various offhand references to Yorbs. Or Fruit Juice Factory. Well, okay, that was really nice of you. You actually give us a retry. And considering how you have a hard time recognizing when I make jokes or not, I just don't bother doing as many memes here. How much damage do those things actually do normally? The reason why I don't make that many jokes or reference memes here, Jaden, is because you keep missing them. Or worse, you end up taking them as insults. Excuse me? It seems like they deal 12 damage or something crazy. I was crazy once. See, look at that. How much damage was that? I went down from something like 20 or 24 HP down to 6. So that's like 14 damage. Oh, I got the checkpoint. Again, Jaden, that's why I don't like to make many jokes here, because most people end up missing it, or in the case of you, again, you end up taking it in a negative way when it was never intended. I'll just put it. I just want to say it out here because people have been asking me why I haven't been more joking or laughing at things. And I do. It's just that, it's usually in the other servers. I'm gonna have to check the damage on those enemies because I'm gonna have to check the conic damage on those enemies because that doesn't seem right. GG, this was actually a pretty fun uses of all these mechanics, although Perman taking double damage did certainly make some of the areas very tricky, like with those Christmas tree enemies, who I'm gonna check right now. I need to see their damage because that doesn't seem right. Like, what's happening? Alright. Put Mega Man here. What game did they originate from? 9? Yeah, 9. Bob Boy. Okay, 28. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They deal 8 contact damage. How much damage did he deal in 9? Excuse me. I need to check. I know they originate from Concrete Man. What? In in according to the wiki, they deal only 4 conic damage and 4 projectile damage. And this is Mega Man 9, the game which is deliberately harkening back to to somewhat of the painful era of Mega Man. Okay, I'm checking the Magma wiki. Even in the Magma wiki, in the Megamix engine, they only deal 4 damage. What happened? Hey, SDA. No, I'm trying to discover something. What? Yeah, please someone double check if this is an error with the wiki or did the Mega Maker team screw something up. Because going from 1 to 8 conic damage is is a very serious buff. Hang on a second, what is the conic damage of Gories? Seven. Okay, I'm checking the Mega Maker official wiki just to see if something else got... Bubba Boy, where are you? Oh, of course, they don't feel that. See, the Gories in Maker, their conic damage is 7, and they're bulky, basically mid-bosses. And the bombs themselves deal about 6 damage, as well as the rocks. Okay. I really hope it's a bug because, they're literally, with the amount of damage they deal, they're basically stronger than damage spikes. Anyways, let me just go to the final stage while I have time. So the 11th and final level of the stream is Mountain Mine Zone by Toxin G. 66 plays, score 31. Before I end off that topic, Jaden, I'll say, try your best to improve and don't assume that Comet is necessarily targeted towards you or intended to be offensive. This is why you should work together with others, like other mods or me, before removing or considering something to be positive or negative. Alright, first secret here. Hey Spamton. And before anyone else asks, yes, Undertale, Deltarune, and Undertale Yellow are coming up eventually. Ooh. Shoot. I see. Base touches grass. The level. Bubbles. Boing, boing. All aboard! Pfft. I think enough people made the big shot joke. Might as well use one of Spanton's other jokes. I see you there in the background. Boing. Oh, that's creative. Alright, I should be using this more often. Now we're in the grassy mines. Critical hit. No secrets there, I'm afraid. Jump! It's like those minecart levels. Vengeance. Oh boy. I see what this is leading up to. Oh my. Nice. Okay, in Mega Man 9, Bomb Boys just deal 4 conic damage. So, yeah, So, and yes, the 4 conic damage is accurately carried over to Mega Mix, aka Magmal 2 and Magmal 3. So, this is the Mega Maker team screwing up because, oh gosh, increasing the conic damage from 4 to 8 is basically turns out the mid-boss tier in terms of dangerousness. And what makes it even more funny is that this is from Mega Man 9, an enemy from Mega Man 9, the game that has deliberately painful design in many regards. Okay, yeah, Magmal 2, the Magmal 2 and Megamix 3. Okay, Magmal 2, the Magmal 2 engine and Megamix. So that is an accurate correction, yeah. So yeah, that was a very crazy inaccuracy. I get buffing enemies when necessary, but gotta dodge them all. Nah, that's Magma 1. Well, actually, Magma 1 runs off of duct tape and a lot of glue. Fully charged. No one noticed because they're so easy to kill. Usually. Except when we start to run into situations like that. Like the previous stage, where suddenly, oh gosh, they can two-shot you. No, Magma 1, the original Magma 1 used a heavily modified version of Blanca's engine. That's why it was so janky and unstable and held together with duct tape and love. Magma 2 decided to go back to the drawing board and use the recently of the time developed Mega Engine and forked the project to make a much better project in general. And then after Magma 2, the whole team decided to just build their own engine from the ground up. But I can say this, there was a massive level of improvement between 1 and 2's engine. Oh. I lose 3 health every time I fall in there. I'm dead. Or am I? Tricky fight, but it is possible to do it damageless. 1 divided by 3. Pretty fun. It made fun use of the bubbles and the train tracks and the threaded blocks. I think Earthman did a better job with the threaded blocks, but this one does a better job with the bubbles and how it forces you to go through earlier sections of the stage in a different way. I know it's in the same section, but having to retread through the same screens with the added load of being in the bubble, that was creative. And the aesthetics were pretty neat as well. So yeah, Magmal 2 is a massive improvement over Magmal 1, and Magmal 3 was also a significant improvement over Magmal 2. I wouldn't say it's as massive as the difference between 1 and 2 because the main difference between 1 and 2 is that 2 is actually playable, solidly playable overall, and 3 just polished up pretty much everything and made developing far easier. But yeah, 3 is basically the gold standard now, 3's engine for the most part. Alrighty then, this concludes the level showcase. So overall, of the 11 Veersamid levels I covered in today's morning stream, my favorite one would be Earthman by Big Vincent, with an honorable mention going to Mountain Mine Zone by Toxin G. Good job you two, and thank you to everyone else whose levels were submitted to me. It's really appreciated. So, with all of that said and done, it is time for the art showcase. In the Beginning by Primasubi. Menacing. Wily Station World 2 has a map screen. E. Still trying to escape his charges on theft, he also stole a Dino Megazord. When will he finally be caught? Too late, Saber's been stolen as well. Kirby easily absorbing the flying spaghetti monster. I'm surprised we haven't... Actually, maybe there has been a flying spaghetti monster. I haven't played enough Kirby games. Another custom Magmal Tree border involving the Freako Dragon. Technical difficulties. Crash Man. This time around though, it was Lag Man. And Slow Man. And Pause Man. In any case, this concludes the art showcase, and subsequently the stream. Thank you very much to everyone who submitted their levels, submitted their art, or simply participated in chat. It's thanks to your continued support why I continue to produce new content for the channel. It's really appreciated. So, if you're enjoying this or any other piece of content on the channel, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help it out. Don't forget to follow me on X, Mastodon, and Blue Sky as well, and join my Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next stream.